I love when you get in this mode. It's motivating. Thank you, Toya. The goal is to stay in this mode for the rest of the year. No distractions, tunnel vision. So back to what I was even saying, like last time I had a goal, big goals. I knew exactly what I was doing. I'm making so much money. And y'all know that's the last time when my husband tried to sleep with my braider and I lost it. I cut all my hair off, crying and all that kind of stuff. I could not understand what it was. But I feel a couple different ways. I feel like, and I've learned to process things differently since that. I feel like my husband did that to humble me because he's always done things like that. Like you break up with him, he messed with the closest thing to you, and it just like destroy you if you let it. And that's when I started to learn more about narcissism and realize like, oh, this man is narcissistic. He's doing these things intentionally to hurt me, you know. But that time I wasn't as wise as I was, and I let the whole world see me, and I'm happy that I did. I just had this conversation with myself in the car. For those of you who don't know, yes, I talk to myself out loud. So when I was just in the car, I had told myself, like, I don't care what any of you guys say about me. I don't care how much you judge me. I love the fact that I'm able, let me make sure I got this video public. I love the fact that I'm able to be, yeah, I got it unlisted. Done. Save. All right, there we go. I love the fact that I'm able to be transparent and show you all these things, even though people are going to judge me for weeks, throw it up in my face for months or years. I'm okay with that. The ability to look back over what happened in real time and process my real emotions is better than even reading my journal. I also love the fact that it helps other people that are going through similar things, and that my children, grandchildren, great grandchildren are all going to see who I was. Like when I'm dead and gone, they're gonna be able to see all the situations I went through. How did I get through them? Why did I act the way I act? Why the fuck we ain't already wealthy? Because Grandma Peaches gambled all the money, losing her mind about dog ass granddaddy. They're gonna really get to see because I have those same questions. So I think that part of content creation has been beautiful for me, and it will be beautiful for generations to come because I'm the person in my family that wants to know why. Well, why did this happen? Why do you treat this? Why we poor? Why we this? Y'all know the book I'm reading right now, not sponsored. You guys told me to get it, and I am currently reading it, and Gregory is reading it with me. Is the this one, Our Kind of People book, not sponsored, bought with my own money. With this book, and they got a TV show, but I'm not gonna watch the TV show. I really don't like to watch TV. I like to read and like visualize while I'm reading. But he talks about that. Like even the first line, I'm gonna read just the first line of chapter one that offended a lot of people when he says, I'm gonna read it to y'all because y'all love to get offended. He says Brian Gumble is, but Bill Cosby isn't. Lena Horne is, but Whitney Houston isn't. Andrew Young is, but Jesse Jackson isn't. And neither is Maya Angelou, Alice Walker, Clarence Thomas, or Quincy Jones. And even though both of them try extremely hard, neither Diana Ross nor Robin Givens will ever be. And it's like, what? And then he starts to talk about, his kind of people and where he come from and his grandma and all that kind of stuff. But basically, this book is about wealthy blacks that's been wealthy for generations. And as I previously stated in the video, and y'all got mad, I wonder how did my family end up being the Po Ghetto Project Negroes? Who in the family fucked up the church's money? So my kids and my grandkids and all, they're gonna get to see who fucked up our money, which was me, right? But I wonder about my family, like who is it in our family that made it where we weren't those kind of people? Why weren't we? And things like that, and learning more about the wealth gap between blacks and how black money, black wealth is so quiet. They don't want anybody to know. It's kind of like a shame for them because they don't want you to know that they think that they're better than you. Because when you show an ignorant black person that you think that you are better than them, they get upset. I experience that all the time. That's how I know I'm supposed to be our kind of people who fucked up the church's money. So yeah. Any questions, guys? I said the name of the book. Thank you. Yes, I've done all that stuff. I've been doing stuff like that for years. That's how I know I'm different. That's how I know I'm Gullah Geechee and things like that. I had my grandma connect with her brother and sister on her daddy's side that live in New Orleans and stuff from me doing the work. And I started doing that about 10 years, 11 years ago. I started doing that. Any questions about what I'm selling? What made you stay with your husband? Is it love? It's a mixture of both. So it's a mixture of my unhealed trauma. So me feeling like nobody loved me growing up except my grandma Merle, who is dead, and my husband loves feel like love, but it was a familiar love. It was like the same kind of love that my family gave. So a toxic love, the unhealed version of myself liked my husband because he act like my family, and I didn't even understand it until I started reading more books and doing more inner work. So that part, also my husband's willingness to change and keep fighting for me. Um, that makes me like him. Like, even after this, he's gonna be a little bit better. How long will it last? I don't know. But over this 20-year relationship, my husband has gotten better and I love him. I'm trying to find the words to explain it in a simple context so that you all can understand. I'm looking for the words, but I don't quite have them yet. Thank you. Thank you. What did you figure out in your genealogy? I would love to do more. I don't have a lot of information on my mama's side still. It's still like a lot that I need to know. Well, when I say genealogy, though, I kind of did this a bunch of times at the hospital too, even with my children. I'm not going to talk about my daddy's side today, but even with things with my daddy's side, I found out a lot. If you're interested in doing that on your own, go ahead, go see for yourself. Um, have you now come to love yourself so that you don't need outside love? Yes, I've been mastered loving myself. To be honest, I've always loved myself when I look back at it because it's like I continuously had to build myself up and make myself great. Even though every day people would tear me down, even the closest people to me. I always loved myself and I always was confident. Like I always had a I'm gonna prove you wrong, bitch. You gonna eat the motherfucking words. And then eventually I just got tired of that. It's like I'm tired of proving people wrong. Why can't they just love me? And that stuff still didn't come. So the love still didn't come and things like that. That's when I realized, oh, they just don't love you. They don't give a fuck. They hate your guts. And I started moving accordingly, aka disassociating with people. Thank you. Will you be doing more classes? I'm a single mom of 6, but want to do your class. Which class do you want to do? That's what made you a natural nurturer. Yeah. Right. Tired of being a people pleaser. So I've been stopped people pleasing. I've been started to tell people no, but a book that can help you with that, that helped me start to tell my children no, because I used to struggle with that, is Fuck No. It's by Sarah. I can't get the right her last name off the top of my head. I want to say it's McBrien, but you can look it up. It's called Fuck No, and it taught me how to say no to my children and not look like a liar because I used to overextend myself. Like, yeah, I'll do it, okay, and I can't do it all. So instead of me committing to doing it all and being a liar, I learned to tell them no instead of overextending myself. But as far as my family and stuff, I've been learned to tell them no because it don't benefit me, right? The first time I had money, I gave, and I couldn't say no. I used to try to say no in other ways. One story I always tell is my sister called me one day wanting her kids to wear the new Jordans, get the new Jordans. I've never really been into that. Like, I'll dabble, but that's not my thing. Like, Jordan's really not my thing. I'm a Walmart, Target, Old Navy shoe kind of girl, Reebok. Um, but she called me, and this when I lived in Cypress Creek in Sun City, which was far. Back then, black people didn't come out to Riverview, Ruskin, hood people. They thought it was too far. Not everybody live out that way. So, anyways, my sister had called me and she was like, Peaches, can you buy my kids the new Jordans that came out? And I'm like, instead of just saying no, here I am trying to make up excuses. I'm like, well, I'm not coming to Tampa today. I live far. I'm not coming to Tampa. I don't feel like it. And I knew she wouldn't drive out here. And she was like, girl, it's okay. You could just PayPal me. I got PayPal. Just PayPal me the money. And it's like, oh shit, I got PayPal. So let me just PayPal her the money. Even though that wasn't something I want to do. And me trying to convince her like slowly instead of saying no, she giving me all these reasons why. Like, I'm a single mom. I'm a single mom. You should. And then I do it. But when the tables turned and I was broke and I was without food stamps because I don't qualify, without Medicaid because I don't qualify, they don't care that I gifted all my money away. They don't care that I shopped all my money away. They're still looking at my old income, even if we say I gambled all my money away. They don't care about that. On paper, ho, you still make this money. You don't qualify for food stamps. You don't qualify for free lunch. And this was 10 years ago. And my sister, that same sister, would not sell me no food stamps, even though I know it's illegal. But girl, let me get 50 for 25. She wouldn't do it. She wouldn't give me no food stamps. She wouldn't even make my son a lunch. I still remember I was in the car with my mama. We had just picked up Gregory and from school, and Poopa was like, the lunch lady said if Gregory don't have lunch tomorrow, she gonna give him a cheese sandwich, and bust out laughing, and my mama bust out laughing too. And I said, that's not funny. And I said to my mom, you shouldn't laugh. You should explain to her that my situation is different. I make too much money for food stamps. I make too much money for WIC. I make too much money for free lunch. And I'm still struggling. I still got to pay all these bills. That's not funny. Meanwhile, her mama got the food stamps, they got the free lunch and the WIC. That's not funny. And my mom didn't explain that either. They just kept laughing at me. At that point, I started to realize it was going to be okay to start telling motherfuckers no. They telling you no. So when I became successful again, I did buy and gift a little bit, but not as much as I used to. I started to tell motherfuckers no. After I started to tell motherfuckers no, the second thing that happened that I had to learn how to deal with was me extending myself when they didn't ask. It was a manipulation tactic, but how it was practiced was this. It's you saying, like, let's say I'm at my sister's house. I'm at my sister's house, and my niece be like, man, I want a lace wig so bad, but my mama said I can't get one, right? So now I'm like, okay. I like why her mama won't get her one. My mind is like, okay, I'm listening. And then my sister would be like, I ain't paying all that money for no lace wig. I don't give a fuck. I'm not buying her no lace wig. And now it's like, well, I'll just buy it. They didn't ask. Now they're just mentioning things, and it kept happening. So here I am. I done bought the lace wig, paid for the hair appointment. She done got her hair installed. Now she got her lace wig on. And then it happens again, and then it happens again. That's when I realized they were manipulating me in a different way. And now it's okay for them to have this conversation and for me to be quiet and not interject. So sometimes you got somebody says dry begging, if you want to say that, but I'm not going to say it's even dry begging. I'm going to say it's you trying to be a superhero and save people who didn't ask for you to save them. Stay out of it. When people go to talking about their problems, I don't have no advice. I don't have no help. I just, man, I want a lace wig so bad. The proper response would be to, I ain't buying you no lace wig. That has nothing to do with me. It's not my business. It's not my place. I don't have to be a hero. So sometimes people won't ask you, they'll do things like that. And then you up there trying to be a superhero. Stop trying to save people, especially when you know you need to save yourself still. A lot of times you can't pay your own bills because somebody did something like that to you. And I did that numerous times, guys. Like even when my brother, he gambled his whole check, I paid his rent. And I did that twice. One time he ain't had the money to pay his rent. I paid his rent. He couldn't pay me back in time. I got evicted. Next time I had a lot of money. He gambled all his money. I paid his rent. Some of y'all might remember that because we talked about it on camera. And I paid his rent, and I told him, don't gamble like that no more. Like, you can't do what I do. I gamble, but I be making my money back. You can't do what I do. I had to learn to stop rescuing people. As you guys saw, I done got the eviction, and I saved myself. Sold my own classes. Went live myself. Worked day and night. I don't ask nobody for nothing. All right. No. When you have multiple kids like that, take care of yours first and only. I would say even if you don't have kids, I saw one of my aunties on my daddy's side in the mall, and we were talking, and she was talking about how, and I hadn't seen her in years, like since I was little. She was talking about how she don't want kids because she done been, the rich auntie to all her nephews and nieces, and she feel like she's done with that. I don't care what's going on. I told my sisters and brothers, tell your kids to stop calling me. I want to spend my money on me. So it's not always a kid thing, like you got kids to take care of. Sometimes you're a single person and everybody calling you all the time for everything, but nobody's giving you anything. Enjoy your money. You work hard for it. Don't feel guilty. In my class, I'm going to teach you how to think about this, with it leading back to those 5 things, your personal self. If as a person you still want to be a giver, that's absolutely okay. You're going to learn how to put it in your budget when it comes to your finances. So in the classes that I got going up, that is $21, my evening class. You're going to go set in 5 areas: personal self, you're going to go set in your intimate relationship, You're going to goal set in your parenthood. You're going to goal set in your finances. That's where that budget to give, if you want to give, will come into play. And lastly, you're going to goal set with your career. All right. Any questions for me? Yeah. I have a 10-month-old. I just found out I'm pregnant. I just needed to share this with somebody. Well, congratulations. Thank you. How do you build your credit without getting a credit card? You can do a secured loan. But the only way to build credit, guys, is for you to have some type of positive revolving account. If you don't have a positive revolving account, then your credit isn't going to build. Whatever that looks like. If you're going to do the finger hut thing, or if you're going to do a secured loan, just so you can borrow from the secured loan, pay 90% back. I got videos on that. You can find them on YouTube. Thank you so much. Um, is there a backstory on how your mom named you? My mom didn't name me. My daddy named me. My name is Peaches Janae McIntyre. So Peaches, and this is why a family is so toxic, and this is why you shouldn't have a bunch of baby mamas. I'm gonna tell y'all the story around my name, and this isn't me starting with anybody, but I remember when I was 16 years old, and I didn't grow up with my sisters on my daddy's side. Really not with any of my daddy kids, but definitely not my older sisters. And I remember when it was my birthday, my daddy lied and said he was going to take me and my cousin on a shopping spree for my birthday. And he came and got me. And he took me to that house I just showed y'all recently in that video. I'll go back and do a story time so you can see. But the house I showed you guys in that video, and he just had me over there all day. Then he brought my sisters. And I'm like, when are we going shopping? But my sister approached me and she was like, she stole my name. My name was supposed to be Peaches. Now, mind y'all, this is my oldest sister. You're older than me. How was your name supposed to be Peaches, and you're older than me, and I'm younger than you, and my name is Peaches, and you're mad at me because my name is Peaches? And I remember when my daddy was dying of cancer and I went to see him, we had that conversation, and he was like, well, baby, you did steal a name. Her name was supposed to be Peaches, but her mama wouldn't listen to me because her sister told her that the name was probably after a girl. And I say, you sound just as stupid as them. Once again, as a child, I cannot steal an older child's name. Now, this is the story her mama telling her whole life. So she dislikes me because my name is Peaches, although she's older than me, when her mom is just a fucking idiot. And then my daddy is agreeing, which proves that he's also a fucking idiot. And this is where sibling rivalry already starts, right? So, anywho, back to the story of how I got my name. Peaches, my daddy wanted to name me Peaches because he thought it was a beautiful name. My sister mama thought that it was probably a girl he liked name. So she didn't name my sister that. My mama loved my daddy. She was his girlfriend. She named me Peaches. Janae. Freddie Jackson got a song called Janae. Y'all can go listen to it. Janae, Janae. And my daddy said Janae was a beautiful name. He loved that Freddie Jackson song. So he wanted his daughter's name to be Peaches Janae. And then McIntyre is my dad's name. So Peaches Janae McIntyre is my name. That's how I got that name. Out of all of my dad's kids, I'm the only child he saw born. I thought that made me special, but that didn't mean shit. If a nigga don't want to do right by his kids, he's just not gonna do right by his kids. All right. Thank you. Do I see where you got your ticket? I'll check in a little bit. Why not try therapy? It seems like you like it. I don't need therapy. I'm going to be the therapist. I already am, if you ask me. I don't need therapy. Some of us are just gifted. The reason why y'all want me to do therapy is because me talking about all of these things on camera make you uncomfortable, because then you are triggered and you have to start dealing with you. And you don't want to deal with you. You think it's ugly. And you can't believe I'm so bold that I can deal with me on camera. All parts, the good, the bad, and the ugly, the vengeful, on camera in front of the world. You don't have the strength to do it. So you feel like, oh, she needs to go to therapy. You want me to go to therapy to silence me. Not gonna do it. All right. Exactly. I'm a therapist. I read the books. I know how to do the work. I teach therapists. I teach doctors. Like, if you come to Wake Up with Peach, you'll be shocked. You'll be like, these are her clients. Thank you so much. Thank you. What do you mean? Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't understand, but it took a lot of work, and I do this on camera. I came to the conclusion finally. I told you guys previously. I always felt like my mama hated me, but I didn't understand. Like, the idea, like you had that feeling like my mama don't like me, my mama hate my guts. Why does she hate me so much, right? I remember telling my great grandma that all the time. But to say that sounds crazy as hell. It wasn't until my cousin mama told me that my mama hate me. And she told me to look at it from a different perspective, and it made all the sense in the world to me. At that time, I had gorgeous. The year was 2018. I remember it was 2018, and my cousin was doing her hair, doing my hair in the kitchen, and her mom was talking to me, and I was once again crying about my relationship with my mom. Mind you, I'm not on YouTube at this time. About my relationship with my mom, how my mama don't like me, how she mistreat my kids, etc. And my cousin mom was like, "Have you ever considered that your mama hates you? Just think about it. The way your parents feel about you starts in the womb, especially your mother, right? The way your mother feels about you, it starts in the womb. Imagine your mom being pregnant with you, and she's your dad's girlfriend, and she lives in the house with your dad. Meanwhile, your dad has 8 other women pregnant at the same time as your mom is pregnant with you. Not only that, but your dad is also beating your mom. They all in Manila's fighting while she's pregnant with you. Y'all know my mama even went into labor with me while she was in the club. While she's pregnant with you. Imagine how that feels. It feels disgusting. It feels sick. You're a woman now. Imagine that, right? So it made me think about it from that perspective. It made complete sense. And I went and I asked my mom about it, and she was like, "She a fucking lie. Why would I hate my child? Why would I?" But I could always feel the disdain. And then growing up, always having an ain't shit daddy. Like my daddy, the daddy. TikTok, we might lose y'all. Let me put y'all on charge. My daddy, the daddy that don't pay child support. My brother daddy, this kingpin got money. My sister daddy got custody of his other 2 kids, and he paid his child support faithfully. Allegedly, it was only $27, but he pay on time. He'll get my sister, etc. Meanwhile, my daddy done paid child support 3 times my whole life. $35 2 times. One time somebody did income tax fraud, and she got a big lump sum when I was grown. So it started to make sense to me. My mama shitting. My mama shit. I'm gonna tell y'all all these stories with the spots. Like I remember, I'll never forget that. My daddy had let me spend a night with him one time, and this night my other siblings stayed too, and they was so mean to me. My brother wouldn't let me sleep in his bed, kicked me out of his room, and I went in there where my daddy was, and he gave me his shirt. And I just cherished this shirt. I used to love my daddy as a little girl, right? Every child loves their parents initially. And I used to wear his shirt every night, every night. And one day my mama took a laxative. We was taking her husband to work. She dropped her husband off at work. And on the way back going home, she shitted on herself. She shitted on herself. And she was like, "Give me that shirt." And I'm like, "But my daddy gave me that shirt. My daddy gave me this shirt," crying. And she was like, "Fuck your daddy. Your daddy ain't shit." Anyway, so just think about me as a child internalizing that. Fuck my daddy. My daddy ain't shit. Anyways, and me giving my mama the shirt and her wiping her shit up with the shirt my daddy gave me. Like one of the only things this man has given me up to this point. Like, really? Oh my God, it was so devastating. I still remember that. Never forgot it. For those of you who don't know, I have a really good memory. I can remember sounds, scents, and detail what I had on, what she had on, like the exact spot in the road we were at. I don't know why. Somebody said in my comments recently, it's a I can't say it, elidactic memory. So I just learned that term and I started researching it. Some people say it's a photographic memory, but I thought everybody could remember like that. Like I really could remember so well. So that was like one of those things I internalized. I got the ain't shit daddy. I'm the ain't shit child. Like I look just like my daddy. If y'all done seen like my daddy kids, I look the most like my daddy. I'm the only child my daddy saw born. So we already got the mamas that's mad that, "Oh, you didn't see me have my baby, but you seen Peaches," and then Peaches stole they ain't just a hot mess from the get-go. A hot mess from the get-go. So internalizing all of those things I felt from the get go. Like my mama, she really don't mess with me like that. And then the things that she would do over the years would just prove she don't mess with me like she messed with them. And the nail in the coffin was that video of my mama sitting on the porch with my siblings. When they all talking about me, my sister on the phone, her daughter she's talking about how her daughter want to fight me. This a kid. Y'all ain't gonna correct the kid. They never corrected the kid. Never. Even back then when she laughed at Gregory McKay eating the cheese sandwich because I ain't got the lunch money. They never corrected the kid. They up there laughing, thinking that it's funny. That is a constant thing in my life. Now, what I ended up learning, even with the dirty bath water and I'm dirty situation, I learned that the whole time it was my father's filth that made my mama hate me. It was him dirty. Like it's even been times when my mom had conversations with me once I was growing, like, your daddy was dirty. Your daddy was he go out to sleep with women and come home and bring me his nasty thing, wanting me to, you know. So it's like the hate for me was really the hate for my dad. And unfortunately, she couldn't disassociate the two. And she still won't admit this, but this is the conclusion that I came up with myself. And this is one of the reasons why, sorry guys, this is one of the reasons why I tell y'all, you don't have to explain nothing to nobody except your children. Children deserve explanations. Can you guys hear better now on TikTok? Children deserve explanations because if not, they will come up with their own conclusions from other people, right? So that was my mindset. With my daddy's side of the family, they hated my guts. My except my grandma Cal. My grandma Gramps couldn't stand me. I remember my mama sending me because my grandma and them had a restaurant, send me into the restaurant to get money. And my grandma Gramps, my great grandma, she would not acknowledge my existence. I could be like, my daddy here, she'll look at me and ignore me like I don't exist. It wouldn't be until my grandma, my daddy mom, would be like, oh, hey, Peaches, no, your daddy ain't here. I ain't seen him in blah, blah, blah. You know, and she might give me $5, $20, something like that. But my other grandma would never acknowledge me. As a kid, that hurt it so bad. It wasn't until I spoke with my daddy when he was dying of cancer. I spent a lot of time over there in the beginning before he made me mad again, like getting my answers. So I have my answers. My siblings might not, but baby, I got my answers. With that situation, I asked him about that, and he was like, he was the favorite grandchild. He was like, I was the favorite grandchild. And years ago, which I had heard this story, my mom and dad sold drugs. So years ago, many, many years ago, my daddy and mama was selling drugs. My daddy got arrested. My daddy called my mama to bond him out. My mama crying, oh, because she loved him. He the love of her life, whatever they want to say. She crying about how she ain't got the bond money. And my daddy told her to look under, I want to say it was the rug. Don't quote me, but I want to say it was the rug. Look under the rug. And she looking, it's all this money there. And she couldn't believe this nigga got all this money there. And my mama said, fuck you, bitch. I ain't giving you nothing. I ain't bonding you out, bitch. Would not get the money for the lawyer, would not get the money for the bond, wouldn't get his mama shit, went about her mama new furniture and things like that. Took her whole family to the mall. You can go ask her if you like. This is the story my mama told me from her own mouth. Well, when I talked to my daddy, 4 years ago, my daddy told me the other side of the story. That happened. But when that happened, my great grandma and my grandma hated my mom for doing that because he went to prison. He couldn't afford a lawyer. He couldn't afford bond. He ended up going to prison. So my great grandma, which is his grandma, felt like my no good ass mammy sent her favorite grandchild to prison, which is why she never acknowledged me. So once again, children pay for the sins of their fathers. And y'all should know, biblically speaking, when we talk about men and fathers, we're not just speaking of daddies. We're speaking of the mother and the father. Some of y'all be wanting me to say children pay for the sins of their fathers and their mothers too, if that makes you feel better. But if you're into literature, you'll know fathers and men is talking about the human race in general. When I say children pay for the sins of their fathers, it means both of them motherfuckers. What your mama did, you gonna pay for. What your daddy did, you gonna pay for. Stupid motherfuckers like to think that children are innocent, and they're never innocent. If you were born in sin, you're gonna feel the effects. It's no difference than my kids. People don't like my kids because they're mine. My kids. Some of y'all hoes get in the comments and talk trash about my kids because they're mine. My kids ain't did shit to you. They ain't never said nothing mean about you. They ain't said nothing mean about your kids. But because of the sins of the mother, you talk shit about my kids. So for you hoes to not grasp that, I am reminded, Peaches, everybody wasn't in college courses and in advanced courses. Some of the motherfuckers was in a 600 hallway with wood. All right. Any questions in regards to what I'm saying? Does it make sense? Is it giving you a little bit of clarity on your own life and on your own siblings and things of that nature? So we have both parents triangulating people, and that's how it is. All right. I just gotta say it. That one astray, he needed that. We know what's going on. Yep. So you despise your mom for her choices. I hated my mom later on in life for how she treated me. If somebody keep treating you bad, and I hate y'all, you forgive that man, you need to forgive mama. I forgave my mama for like 30 years. My mama been doing me wrong my whole life, and I kept forgiving her, kept wanting her love, kept wanting a relationship, even when she don't want to be bothered with me. Kept. And eventually enough was enough. Fuck you, hoe. It'll be the same with a man. You forget until eventually you're like, enough is enough. Fuck you, nigga. Same thing for my husband. That just hasn't happened all the way yet. For my mom, for the rest of my family, same. The fact that you guys can't grasp that situation, that concept, it reminds me once again, peaches, everybody. Elevator does not go to the penthouse. Some stop at the sixth floor, and that's me being generous. All right. I might be a little late in the chat, but anybody who has evil parents that were evil to them, do not send their children over to evil family members when you grow up. So you actually do, if you're still in it, if you don't understand it completely. You got to remember, I'm just learning about narcissism, what I want to say 7 years ago. I just started learning about narcissism. And it was because I was looking on YouTube and this black girl was talking about being a black sheep and how her mom is a narcissist. And she explained her mom, and her mom was my mom to a T. And I'm like, what the fuck? I had never knew the word narcissist, just like some of you all. So you get wiser the more you learn. The more you live, the more you educate yourself, you get wiser with things. So to be like, why would you send your children to your family? Why would you send your children around your mom if she did this, if she did that? It's no difference than, okay, my grandma say that my mama daddy fed her grapes. Y'all know what that means. Fed her grapes. And then she still sent my mama to her dad's house where her dad fed her grapes. So not only did he feed my grandma grapes, he fed my mama grapes. And then what do my mama turn around and do? Send her kids around her dad still, even though her dad fed her and her mama grapes. And then what do my mama do? Still send her grandchildren around her dad, even though her dad fed her grapes. Sometimes you don't know what's going on and that you should stop until you take a step back and you get more educated and more powerful. All right. Some of y'all the same way. Your uncle fed you grapes, and you still go sit at the family barbecues with your uncle, diaper it up with your uncle, let your boyfriend hug your uncle, even though he fed you grapes. All right. Do I think my kids will pay for the sins of their dad? They already do. How do you not know that? They're paying for the sins of their dad and their mother. They already do. The only difference between me and my parents will be that I hold myself accountable. It won't be a lie. It won't be a, that's a lie. That ain't never happened. Shit, they'll have video proof. I show my whole life on camera. They know mama gambled all her money at the casino. They know mama was stupid for daddy. They know mama lost her mind and cut all her damn hair off because daddy tried to fuck the break. Like they're gonna have video proof. The difference with you older generation and some of y'all now is that y'all don't want to admit to these things, and that's why people that need to heal can't heal a better way because y'all refuse to tell that part. Y'all just cut it off and act like it exists and tell children that they're liars. I'm not gonna do that. I always tell you what to do. If you were a shitty parent and all those kind of things, me being in my gambling addiction was horrible. I wasn't home. I didn't give my children the love and affection consistently that they needed. I could have done a much better job. All I cared about was gambling. It's just like being a drug addict. Like it was horrible. They don't feel that way right now. They're children. They love me. I'm their mom. Like I'm the best in the entire world. But as my children grow up, hold on, y'all, let me verify this for TikTok. So as of right now, my children feel like I'm the best mom in the world. Like it don't matter what none of you hoes say. I am the best in the world. But as they grow up and they start experiencing life, they're going to get triggered and they're going to realize there were times that I neglected them. There were things that I felt to teach them. There were situations that were completely wrong and I didn't realize it then and they didn't either, but now they do. When those situations happen, I'm going to do what I tell you all to do. One, acknowledge, even if you don't want to admit, acknowledge that that could have happened. You might not remember. You might have been a drug addict and a fucking drunkie. Instead of saying, that's a fucking lie and getting mad, you say, I'm sorry, I don't recall that. And the reason why I don't recall that is I was juggling bills and working all the time. I wasn't always present like I should have been, or I was high out of my fucking mind. I'm sorry that I don't, let me take this off. I'm sorry that I can't recall that if you don't. But if you do recall it, be honest and say that did happen, right? So the child don't feel like they fucking a Looney Tune. And then number two, apologize. I'm sorry that that happened to you. I'm sorry that I felt in that area. Number three, how can I help? This is something that you experienced. It was a traumatic experience to you. It was a neglectful experience to you, whatever you want to call it, right? It was that experience to the child. Now, how can I help you? Each child will be different and some days will be different. Some days it will be like, I need you to hold me like a baby, or I need you to listen to everything that happened to me, or I need you to stop being this way. When I give you my business, I need you to not tell anybody my business without my permission. The same way when my siblings tell you something, you never call and tell me. They kids shooting up places, going to jail, you never tell me. But then when something happened at my house, it's the whole family business. I need you to stop doing that. That hurts. I need you to be able to hold my secrets like you hold my siblings' secrets, right? And then after you go ahead and get a child, like y'all come up to what they need, you actually work the plan. This is what my child needs from me. This is what I'm going to give my child so that I can help heal that part. Now, a lot of parents won't do that. That's what I'm willing to do for my children. They might say, I need to never talk to you again because you fucked me up. You was toxic. You didn't do this and this. I'm going to respect that wish and leave my child alone. I'm not going to make videos and pretend like I'm happy for them when I know I'm not, when I know that wasn't the way I really reacted outside of the camera. I'm going to let them be. When I babysit their kids, I'm not going to go live and be like, I'm a good grandma. I got my grandkids. I'm going to give them the privacy because they don't even go live with their own kids. They never do that. I'm not going to cross borders, things of that nature. And that's how we can begin to heal whatever that child needs on that day. You also have to understand when it comes to trauma, and this is what I don't understand about a lot of the older generation. Y'all always want to talk about the things that happen to y'all over and over and get re-triggered years later. But when the child talks about what happened to them over and over, you get upset. Think about it like this. Most of us are women, some of you are men. Think about it in relationships. You and your man could be on good terms and then he do one thing and now you're triggered and you're thinking about all the bad things he done the whole 5 years, 10 years, 20 years y'all been together. You bringing it up. It's the same for children. You and your children could be on good terms and you could say one thing that set them off. You could say, like one situation that happened to me. You remember when Peaches had on them two little shoes and her feet was bleeding? Ha ha ha. Bitch. And I flip out. You shouldn't have brought it up, bitch. It was a trigger. Now we back at square one. Now we got to redo all this work again. Y'all get tired of doing the work, but I get it. Most of you guys aren't in long-term relationships. And in today's society, and I hate this about a lot of the black women, y'all give up on y'all kids. I'm committed to my children. No matter how hard it get, I ain't giving up on them. And I have a child with autism. No matter how hard it gets, I'm not giving up on my children while they're children. Y'all the type of hoes that be sitting in them videos of people sending their kids to foster care, like, oh yeah, that's good for them. Girl, I would have did the same thing, putting their kids in group homes. So I would have did the same thing. Now I say, if it's coming down to you harming them, like you about to take them out of this world and go to prison, yeah. But a lot of times it don't even be that. It be y'all not wanting to do the real work that is required. Why is my child behavior this way? How can I help? Who did this to them? What can I do to help them be better? Y'all don't like to do that part. So I get it. Same with my husband. I'm frustrated with my husband, upset with my husband today. He dropped the ball earlier and I'm still upset about it. And I feel like he's my enemy working against me. Easiest thing to do is to divorce him, leave him, divorce him, blah, blah, blah. I'm not doing it. I'm gonna do the work. Even though I'm tired, I'm not gonna lie. Tired of being an interceder. Still gonna do the work. All right. Any questions for me, guys? I hope that gave you guys a little bit of clarity and some guidance. She was not able to raise teenagers the minute she saw we were independent. It was a gap. Some people are like that, right? The biggest thing is, I would say for all the parents, be willing to listen. Be willing to listen, as ugly as it is. We got to talk about the ugly stuff in order to have the beautiful. Got to have thunderstorms in order to have sunshine and have plants and things of that nature. I'm not all out all night hanging out. I'm at work. I need to check my cells. Hold on, YouTube. I don't know if y'all gonna still be able to see me because I'm chit chatting now. We chit chatting, having the kumbaya motherfucking y'all. I need to make sure I'm making money. The intent of me being live right now is to sell as many seats as possible to my upcoming evening goal setting class. I'm going to teach you how to goal set in all 5 areas of life so that you can be the happiest ever and reach your goals faster than ever. I'm at 53 seats since I went on this little rant. I sold what, 2 or 3 more seats? One more seat? I don't know. I have to sell a total of 47 more seats to reach my quota for tonight. All right. I love your mindset. Thank you. You're not tired because you're still speaking on it. Once you get tired, you'll no longer be talking about it. I am tired, but guess what? I still have more fight in the game. That's y'all problem. Y'all old folks. I hate when oh baby, only you'll know when you get sick and tired. You get sick and you get tired, and then you go rest and you go back out there and motherfucking fight. That's what you do. You don't get sick and tired and quit. That's why nobody has longevity. That's the easiest thing to do. I'm sick, I'm tired, I quit. Thank you. When I say old, I'm talking about real old people, like old ladies. Thank you. Can you explain why you don't make your kids clean up by themselves, behind themselves? I do give my children age appropriate chores now, but when I didn't make them clean up at all, it was because of my own childhood trauma. So I grew up as a childhood slave. I talk about that all the time, where I cleaned up. Look at the triple sixes. I cleaned up after my mama, my brother, my sister. I cleaned other people's homes, cleaned schools. My mom had a cleaning business, so I was always the only child that had to clean up. Even on Saturdays, my sister and brother could sleep in, and I gotta go clean up the private school that my mom. I'll do a video on it too. That my mom worked at, while my siblings got to just sleep and not do nothing. Even when they came with us, they got to just play and not do nothing. And I had to clean the bathroom, clean the pet, just like a fucking childhood slave. So for my children, I refuse to give them that experience. I let my children be children. Now I give them age appropriate chores as I started to heal and realize, like, oh, I'm becoming an adult slave. I'm cleaning up behind them and I ain't make all these messes. They have to now contribute. So they all have age appropriate chores. But if it's a big mess in my little baby's room, of course I'm gonna clean it. I'm not gonna make Gregory McKay clean up behind his siblings unless it's one of those situations where I need all hands on deck. Then I can say, hey McKay, can you help clean the living room? But as far as like making my oldest clean up behind everybody just because he the oldest, hell nah. Me and my husband done bumped heads about that many times. Bitch, these your kids, bitch. I go crazy, bitch. My son ain't cleaning up behind your motherfucking kids. Now, mind you, they his siblings, but these your motherfucking kids. And I feel like a lot of parents forget that these are your fucking kids. These not your oldest kids. In my case, I was the middle child who was more responsible. It's not your more responsible kids, bitch. Clean up behind your own motherfucking kids or teach your kids how to clean up behind themselves. Both take time. Which one you want to pick? You want to pick you doing it or you want to pick you teaching them? Because he's not. Nope. And that's how I feel. I don't play like that. A lot of parents get upset about that because their belief system is different. He the oldest, he could help. He could watch his siblings. He could do that. No, he can't. A little bit if I allow him to, but all that watching babies all day, changing diapers, doing it, that ain't gonna never go on in my house. Especially when I'm not a single mom. For single moms, it's a little bit more challenging. Even in Wake Up with Peach, I had a student like that. I had to read her. She had her oldest child watching her youngest child. The oldest child was mad. The oldest child was talking about how she treated her bad, this and this, and she felt like the oldest child should just help her home. I went off. Oh, that's your motherfucking baby. You left Jamaica to come to America to start a new life. And instead of you just starting a new life and getting your shit together and come back and get her, you come back and get her when you got a whole nother motherfucking baby. You came to a whole new country, made a whole nother baby, and you think it's her responsibility to watch the baby because you picked a deadbeat and you got to work her. Fuck you, bitch. I went off nuts and had her crying and her looking at it at a different, as looking at it from a different perspective. because a lot of y'all don't. It's not the child fault that you decided to go fucking and you decided to lay up with another fucking deadbeat. You keep on bringing home baby after baby after baby after baby, and I gotta take care of them when you the one having fun fucking drinking sucking home. Fuck you. I truly feel that way. I'm gonna do a video about this, but I'll give you a brief synopsis because my husband and I were talking about this recently. When I had Gregory McKay, this is how manipulative, narcissistic people are. When I first got pregnant with Gregory McKay, I know I had a full ride scholarship to college, an academic scholarship. My mama started telling me, you can't go to college with that baby. You're going to need help. You don't know how to raise kids. Peaches, you don't even know how to change diapers. She said it to me so much that I forgot that I've been taking care of motherfucking kids, including her kid. Bitch, I took care of Eltwood. I took care of five. That's why I hate fucking kids. Reshay, y'all a bitch. Completely forgot because they said it so much. It gets into your subconscious mind. When I had Gregory, my mama made me go to my grandma's house. She said that I couldn't stay at home with a baby because I don't know how to take care of a baby. Took me to my grandma Johnny Mae house, the house I just showed you all, and made me stay there for like the first couple of days. She did that to me every day, would not let me stay home with the baby, saying I couldn't take care of the baby. Mind you, when I go to my grandma's house, my grandma leaving me home with the baby because she got to go to work. So I'm over there hot as hell because my grandma didn't like to turn on the app with a baby anyways. I realized this bitch lying. And I told her I'm not going over there no more. I know how to take care of the baby. I took care of my nephew. When my sister was running the streets and I didn't want to be a mom, I took care of him. Remember, you got mad because I went and quit my job to watch him. So stuff like that. This is why you have to practice your positive affirmations and you have to write things down. They will get in your head and make you forget who you are and what you're capable of. Kids is missing their whole childhood to be parent because their parents are irresponsible. I agree. So I don't feel that way. And that's what people can't understand. Like somebody said earlier, why wouldn't you just make your kids help with their siblings? Bitch, these ain't my kids. These are my kids. Get your 2-year-old from by my door. My kid and his kid. I don't care what kind of daddies or boyfriends y'all got. But when he at home here, I don't care if I got a cuss and fuss. Bitch, you gonna get him. I'm not finna do that. Or you could leave. And I'll stay and I'll figure it out. I'm not finna do that. We're not parentifying children in my house. Not ever. All right. And I hate that. I know a girl trying to. Oh, sorry to hear that. All right. Any questions, guys? Shop my website if you want to come to my class. I keep getting off topic, but it's cool. It's been a while. Thank you. Why are you so vulgar? I can't say it. Why I be cussing a lot? Because I like the motherfucking cuss. If me cussing bothers you, get the fuck off my live, ho. I like to cuss. Why do I like to cuss? I feel like it's that one bad thing I do, and it's fun. I've been cussing since I was 6. I used to get paid $1 to cuss motherfuckers out, and I'm talking about grown motherfuckers. Your mom be like, "Hey, peaches, I get $1. Call him a pussy, call him a motherfucker. And I've been cussing since I was 6 for dollars and shit, probably 3, honestly. But yeah, I cuss real good. If you feel like you can't listen to me because I cuss, the easiest thing to do is to change the channel. Scroll up, scroll off, whatever works for you. All right. Thank you. Any other questions? Double tap. Do it be tension between Greg and Gregory McKay? It used to be, but I always say my husband oldest 3 kids, which Gregory McKay is included, they got the worst versions of him. My husband is a hood boy from the streets with neglectful fucking parents that he don't even realize. Like when I talk to him, his belief system is different from mine, right? But anywho, my husband was running the streets. He wasn't no daddy to the first 3. That nigga was running the streets. So for them, their relationship was different compared to our younger kids. Like they get kisses and hugs and baths, so completely different. And watching his daddy break my heart over and over was challenging for him. But I had a conversation with McKay, and I talked about this, where I had to tell McKay, like, my relationship with your dad is my relationship with your dad. Your relationship with your dad is completely different. You're gonna need him for certain things in life. There's certain life lessons that your daddy have that I don't have. Certain experiences we just don't have. He has certain wisdom that I don't have. So you have to stop trying to make it about how you feel about how he's treating me and start to see your dad for his own person. And then you determine what you want to do with that. So that kind of helped. Um, thank you. Yep. I'm a very honest person. I'm not foolish. Thank you. Shop my website if you want to come to my class. Go to my website, wakeupwithpeach.com. It's 21 days of goal setting. Current time is 10:12. This might be one of those days where I just don't hit my goal. I just gotta go because I'm about to wrap this up. I'm sure it's easier said than done for Makeda. Nope, it's easy. Him and his dad have a relationship now. You can even see it in the videos. They're together now. Sometimes all it takes is a talking to him for you to not be bitter. The reason why your kid can't have a relationship with their dad is because you keep making who the dad is to you who the dad is to them, and they're not the same. They're not the same. My kids with their daddy. Why don't you use the barbershop setup? Because that's not what I want to do. I like my room. I did it intentionally. Thank you. Maybe. I don't feel like I emasculate my man. I feel like I emasculate people in general. Look at me. I'm certain that it's hard being with somebody like me. I'm a high achiever. I'm intelligent. I'm sure some of you guys look at me and feel incompetent, lack, uneducated, unmotivated. The things I go up against, you would fold. So it's not just a wood thing, it's a most people thing, and I understand that about myself. I don't feel like it's me purposely emasculating him. I just know like I'm phenomenal. A lot of people aren't there yet. Thank you. Thank you. I'm looking at all. Does your class talk about accountability? Yes and no. So, of course, we're going to talk about holding ourselves accountable because that's the only person you can hold accountable. You can't hold other people accountable unless you're like a judge and you can sentence them. And let's face it, 99.999% of us ain't no real motherfucking judge. So unfortunately, we can't really hold other people accountable. They're going to still do whatever they want. What we can do is hold ourselves accountable by being self-disciplined, meaning when other people drop the ball, you keep going anyways. When life throws you adversity, you keep going anyway. So my class does talk about that. We always go over what is self-discipline. In the comments, let me know, what is self-discipline. What about cutting the grass is not age appropriate? Not cutting the grass is it isn't an age appropriate thing. It's a I got a motherfucking husband thing for my household. If I have a husband and he can go cut the grass, why would I make my teenage son go cut the grass and say this is teaching you responsibility? Responsibility for what? He ain't got no motherfucking house. He don't got no front yard or no backyard. When he go to college, guess what he gonna have? A motherfucking dorm room if he decides to go. And if he lives off campus, guess what the fuck he gonna have? A motherfucking apartment, a condo, not no motherfucking house. And if he does have a house while he's in college, guess what the fuck he gonna have? A lawn service. We have so many years to go before he needs to learn how to cut a yard. I feel like single moms are gonna get mad. I feel like a lot of you women that are single moms, y'all have to realize, you don't realize at the current moment, but you have to realize that I'm not a single mom. I know you like to type that in my comments and say, your husband is a Mr. Mom. Oh, you're a single mom. What is one of the kids? But he's not. He's able bodied and able mind. He's able to cut the yard. He's not complaining about cutting the yard. So there's no need for me to go get our 17-year-old son who's inside enjoying watching TV and playing his video games like a fucking child is supposed to and tell him he got to go cut the yard for responsibilities. That's his motherfucking daddy job. It's not about it being age appropriate. It's about him having a man in the house. Also, as a man, you should feel pride cutting your yard for your family. Look at how nice I make my yard. And then I know a lot of y'all hoes just hood ghetto ass bitches. So y'all ain't never seen nothing like that. But in suburbia, the suburbs, suburbia, the white man, he goes out and cut his yard pridefully. It's a competition. As soon as one neighbor cut the yard, the other neighbor cut the yard. This one trimming, I'm edging my shit too because I want my home to look like the other homes. That's what happens in suburbia. I know in the ghetto where the fatherless children stay, it's not normal. So that's why you got to go make your 17-year-old, 13-year-old, 11-year-old cut the yard and say you teaching them responsibilities. What responsibility, bitch? Also, if they don't cut their own yard, they'll have a lawn service come. I don't see any kids where I live at cutting yards. Not now, not ever. Nobody but dads or mom and dad together. He got the cutting the yard, she tending to the garden, or lawn services. I know some of y'all so hood that that's the only perspective that you have, and you have to force your mind to think that you're teaching your child responsibility by giving them that. Those of you who say things like that, I also know that you are the women, and I'm so hot out here, y'all. You are the women that are also making your teenagers pay bills. You like, oh, I'm gonna give him a light bill to teach him responsibility. And I seen that video that they just posted of me talking about how I don't want to buy Gregory food and I don't want to pay for his stuff. I don't give a fuck. They cut off the part that I actually still bought him the cinnamon roll anyways, because that's my baby. I bought it. I feel a little guilty, but god damn, stop coming with me. I want to eat by myself. I want to drink by myself. I want to sit in restaurants and not be motherfucking bothered and not have to buy nobody else nothing. But I still buy Gregory body wash, lotion. He don't got to worry about washing powder. I pay his phone bill. My son gets to enjoy childhood and he not watching the house full of motherfucking kids. All right. Any questions for me? I feel like that's what people have to learn. A lot of y'all get with these men, y'all got y'all kids doing everything. I'm still a married woman. I'm sweating because I'm outside and it's hot as hell. Thank you. My phone getting low. Sorry about that, y'all. I'm charging it now. Every mom wants to go out to eat by themselves and do. Sorry, guys. All right, any other questions? Shop my website, though. We talk about this too. If you want to manifest your own man, like let's say, damn, I wish I had a man, because that's really what it was. Damn, I wish I had a man to cut my yard. I wish I didn't have to tell my kids to cut my yard. I can teach you how to manifest a man cutting your yard. I really can. All right. My grandpa wouldn't have let a teen near his yard. He took pride in the perfection, paid the gardener. Other grandpa came out and kept his own. Exactly. But they don't have no men. And that's why you got to be careful where you take advice from. That's just like in, if you're on white TikTok right now, the white women are arguing about, they're arguing with white collared men, white collared wives over blue collared wives. Like everybody want a blue collared man because he fine and he look good and this and this, but they have white collared men expectations. So they've been arguing if you're on white talk. If you're not on white talk, you won't understand. But in black talk, we have the single moms trying to tell women who actually have a man in their home how to do and how to operate and how to be when they're single. You'll also see single moms typically parentify the children, make the children help with all these other children that they created, aka bastards, children you created out of wedlock. And then you're upset when you see a home that's not functioning like that. So for married women, you have to not listen to them. I'm also a breadwinning woman, right? So my advice as a breadwinning woman would be different from somebody who is a kept wife because we operate different. Now, I still believe in a dynamic, certain dynamics. So I could give you advice, but typically my advice is going to be different. Yeah, it's white talk. I be on white talk sometimes. I'm a woman and I'm not cutting no grass. Plus, my uncles told us crazy stories about people losing toes and stuff. Okay, Peach, you be saying some real shit. Don't miss the message because you don't like the messenger. Yeah, they don't like to listen. So make sure y'all understand that. My sister calling me for Jordans because she's a single mom. That's more of y'all kind of thing. Don't listen to them. And everybody knows I hate single moms. For those of you who aren't aware, I hate single moms. And that's one of the reasons. I love moms. When women love to say, but you're a single mom. Well, ho, I'm running circles around you. Here I have 9 children, 9, one with autism, 6-month-old twins. And I'm running circles. Are the twins 7 months now? 7-month-old twins running circles around you. So what is your excuse? What's your excuse? Why you not great? And you say, oh, it's because you do social media. Oh, if I did social media is open to everybody. Pick up the phone. But I ain't finna expose. I'm not finna sell my soul to the devil. So you have concluded that the only reason why I make money on social media is because I sold my soul to the devil as a cop out instead of you just doing what you need to do to be a mom. Make it make sense. Anyway, shop my website. I want to know how many sales I got. Because if not, this conversation is pointless. I'll make money on the back end, but on the front end, we ain't doing that. and that becomes pointless. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yep, the twins are 7 months, guys. I had them in December. She's a single mom. She was just crying and snotting because the man wouldn't get his kids. I sure was, but that don't make me a single mom. Where are the kids now? At home with their daddy. I sold 54 tickets. Only one more additional ticket. I need to sell 46. Um, my kids are at home with their dad. He wasn't watching the kids to my standards. Me and my husband, we have different standards of parenting. So he wasn't watching the kids to the standards. I was crying because I wanted to stay home. Now I'm outside, uncomfortable, sweating like a motherfucker, while my husband and kids are home, comfortable. But that don't make me a single mom. My kids aren't home with Gregory McKay. Come on now. I know it make you feel better, but if it makes you feel better, I'm a single mom and I'm running circles around you. So what's your excuse? If I'm a single mom with 9 kids, 10 if I count the husband. How y'all like to say in my comments? What's your excuse? Why you not getting shit done? Why you not getting shit done? Seriously. I got 10 kids at home right now. Why you not getting shit done? I don't get food stamps. I don't get Medicaid. I don't got WIC. Why you not getting shit done? I done made thousands of dollars today. Why you not getting shit done? What's the reason? Come to my class. I'll teach you how to get shit done in spite of, even if you are a single mom. I'll teach you how to never use single mom as an excuse again. I'll teach you how to never use your children having a disability as an excuse again. I'll teach you how to not use you fucking up the money as an excuse again. Remember, you hoes watch me go through eviction. Y'all was laughing about that, and I bounced back. I don't see them talking about me no more. I thought I was gonna be living in a hotel. I don't see them talking about me no more. Now I'm boring. Shop my website, wakeupwithpeach.com, if you want to come to my class. Anyways, I like to sweat. I think it's pretty. Working these 60 hours overnights is draining. I'm trying to do better. It's definitely hectic, but don't get it twisted. I work 60 hours too. The difference with entrepreneurship can make you a millionaire quicker than anything else. The top earners in the country are entrepreneurs, meaning we own our own businesses. Content creation is a form of entrepreneurship, but even outside of that, selling your own products and services can make you a millionaire or multiple multimillionaire like this. And the reason why is because we're not capped out. Even if you work 60 hours a week, excuse me, I hate doing math when I don't got a calculator. Y'all can do the figurations. But even if you work 60 hours a week and you make, I'm going to be generous and say $40 an hour. Most of y'all don't make $40 an hour, let's be honest. But $40 an hour, what's that? 4 and 6 is, 24, $2,400 a week. Sound like you really making it, right? Was that right, man? For $2,400 a week, $40 an hour times 60 hours a week. Oh, you get paid overtime, so time and a half. That would take it from $60 to $75. So y'all do the math. Whatever. You got the configurations. We can even round up and say, okay, you're making $3,200 in a week. It sounds great, right? But you're capped off. After that, that's all you make. In entrepreneurship, we have the ability to make an unlimited amount of income. The harder I work, the more money I will typically make. I haven't had a $0 day in about, I'll say about 5 years. I haven't had a $0 day. That's really rare. But typically, when I'm not making as much money, it's because I'm not going as hard. What you have to understand with entrepreneurship, we can have a $0 day, we can have a $3,200 day, a $32,000 day, a $10,000 day. There's no cap. So the way you truly get ahead is by thinking about what type of entrepreneurial services or products can you offer. That's the fastest way to do it. And you can do it while you're still working your job. You don't have to quit your job to do that. You only made $80 today. That's still a lot of money. You made $80 in how many hours? Because sometimes people will try to act like you ain't making a lot of money. But when you think about how much time you did it in, how much money did you make? Even as a gambler, I had to try to talk myself into quitting gambling. Like, if you just came in this bitch and you made $5,000 in 5 minutes, just leave. People not making that on the job. $300 an hour. There's no job paying $300. My husband used to keep telling me that. Now, of course, they stopped working, so I had to stop gambling. But still, think about that. I'm not embarrassing myself for entertainment. Karen, perfect name for that comment. You don't have to embarrass yourself for entertainment. A lot of you guys, just to make yourself feel better, have to say Peach McIntyre only is successful because she embarrasses herself or she exposes her family. She goes through it with her husband. No, those are just real life events that I experienced. But if we go back to my beginning YouTube videos, all I did was grocery shop, cook, and clean. Grocery shop, cook and clean. Y'all did not know my husband name. A pussy asshole from Tampa exposed my husband name on the internet. His name Gregory Underwood. He did see that. Y'all called him Mr. Daddy. Y'all didn't even know my kid name, baby. Come on now. A lot of y'all have to tell y'all self lies like that to feel better. That's called an excuse. All right. Do you have a product, a course? I purchased your other course. So the only class I'm selling right now is Wake Up with Peach, or my evening goal setting class. Wake Up with Peach will start on August 4th. It runs for 21 consecutive days, 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. The total cost is $129 plus whatever the service fee amount is. The class that I'm trying to sell out, let me rephrase that. The class that I will sell out is Goal Setting at Nighttime with Peach. It's another name on my website. It's only not $21 for 21 nights. So essentially like $1 a night, and I teach you how to goal set. As far as content creation, I'm not offering any content creator classes at the moment. All right. Thank you. Our culture was taught to work a job, not generational wealth. I agree, Miss Kim. Some women be married and still single. If it makes you feel better to say I'm a married single mom, I'm still working, running circles around you. It don't hit like it's supposed to. Y'all saying, oh, you a single mom, you got 10 kids, your husband your 10th child. It don't hit. The bitch still running circles around you. Oh, you a single married mom. It don't hit. The bitch still working circles, running circles around you. It don't hit. It goes back to, well, what's your excuse? Why aren't you running circles around me? Why are you sitting here on a Saturday night watching me trying to say mean things to make you feel better about being a fucking loser? Make it make sense. All right, anywho, give me the wordplay. Give me the wordplay. All right. That lady is on here giving us soul advice on an independent life, as well as being a wife with 9 kids and knows what she wants in life. She has broken generational curses, and your thank you. I appreciate you. All right. Thank you. What are your rules for the class? If you miss or late, then you're just out of luck. It is a live class. There's no recordings given. You don't have the ability to record. You cannot join with AI. If you join with AI, you will be permanently blocked from my class. It's live. And it's a lot of writing. All you guys need is a notebook, a pen, some index cards, and some positive energy. You have to want to, you have to want it. If you don't want it, this isn't going to work for you. You have to want to be better and do better. All right. Thank you. We're gonna get rid of you. How you get rid of people on here? We're gonna make you work. Go get on your other fake page. How I do it? I don't know how to do it from my computer. Saved by the computer. All right. Oh, there we go. Bye. I've been doing my goal setting since the last fall asleep with Peach. I'm happy to hear that, Cozy. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. All right, I'm gonna wrap this up because I gotta pee. I'll be back probably later. Bye. Thanks for kicking it with me. I'm sure the girls who needed some content about me, I'm sure they're happy tonight. Oh, I got videos. I can say this about her, and I can say that about her, and then I can make some money. Thank you, Jesus, because my September check was looking like it was gonna be non-existent. You're welcome, but don't play with me because I will come over there. All right. Self discipline is doing what you should do when you should do it, even when you don't feel like it. Exactly. Bye, y'all. Let's go with YouTube first. Bye, YouTube. Bye, Facebook.